This is Monostereo engine. It's a super easy to make dual display HUD device. I've based it on my previous 0.42 engine, which has used super cheap black and white OLED displays. Today I will show you how I made it. This video was sponsored by JLC PCB. I've started by grabbing the original 0.42 engine PCB. I've then copied the board and placed the exact same one right next to it. And then I've simply merged both boards together. This gave me all-in-one board which works with two displays at once. Now that the design is finished, I can export the Gerber files and order the PCBs at JLC PCB website. Whole process is super easy. You basically open the JLC PCB website, click on the Add Gerber Files button, select your zip file with the Gerber files and wait for it to finish uploading. After the upload is finished, you can change the board thickness, solder mask color and stuff like that. When you're done with the changes, just click the Save to Cart button and place the order. As always, the package arrived super fast. Everything is packaged very well and all is secured. Each time you order new boards, they come in nice blue box. The boards are of course vacuum sealed, which prevents any moisture from getting inside. In this video, I would like to show you my two new designs. The first one is a direct improvement of my 0.42 inch display driver module. It's way smaller than the previous ones. Here you can see the direct comparison. This is the very first one. And here is the version 0.2. And here is the version 0.3, which is the newest one. As you can see, it's crazy small. It's so small you can easily fit it in any kind of device. And here is the main event, the Monostereo engine. It's basically two displays in one board, so you can now make real stereoscopic AR glasses. The board was super easy to design, since it's basically two boards merged into one. Of course, as always, the build quality is very high, which makes the boards look beautiful. You can see all of the traces with your naked eye. The solder pads are also silvered, which will make it easier to solder. You can of course order them fully assembled from JLC PCB. The board is very easy to assemble. It has only couple of resistors and capacitors and the display connector. I will start by covering the board in flux. This will make it easier to solder all of the parts. And now I will cover all of the parts with solder. And now the board is properly prepared for soldering the components. I will start by soldering the smaller parts, as those can be easily done with hot air. It was very easy to do, since the components use 0402 packages. The display itself will have to be soldered using regular soldering iron, since hot air can easily damage it. For this build, I will need two display pieces, one display for each eye. And here is the fully assembled board. It requires some cleaning, since there is a lot of flux residue. For this I will use IPA and a toothbrush. And here it is after cleanup. Looks way nicer now. Now I will solder some Kynar wires, which will connect the module with my Arduino board. I've made the wires quite long this time, so that I can safely connect everything together. But first let's attach the displays to the PCB. You can safely bend the display ribbon cable all the way to the other side. I've used some hot glue to secure both displays in the correct position. In the next version, I will make some kind of 3D printed cradle to hold them. Now let's prepare the glass prisms. This time I will be using 12.5mm one. The prisms go on top of the display like this. I've used some more of the hot glue to secure them as well. You should now be able to see the display reflection inside the prism. Now let's connect the whole module to Arduino. This time I will be using Mega 2560. I've connected all of the signal wires and you can already see it working. Both displays light up at the same time and there is zero lag between them. I've designed this simple plastic case which safely holds all the parts together. I've made the top part as well, which will hold the prisms in place. The prisms go directly inside the plastic part. It's a pretty tight fit, so you really have to push them in. You should now have complete prism module. Now let's install it on top of the display assembly. It's very important that the prisms are as close to the displays as possible. I will weld both plastic pieces together using my spare soldering iron. I will most likely add some kind of screws later on. And now the main part is complete. Of course, it still needs some magnifiers. Before proceeding further, let's upload some code and see if it works. I've decided to use a Arduino Pro Micro instead. It's way smaller and it has pretty much the same functionality. Before soldering the wires, I will use hot glue to attach the Pro Micro on top of the display. Pro Micro is a perfect size for this kind of build. It sits nicely on top of the plastic frame. I've soldered all of the data wires, but I've had to use 3.3 volt from my Mega 2560 board, since the Pro Micro doesn't have the 3.3 regulator. As you can see, it works perfectly. You can now see the coded image. I will take my magnifiers from the ECX module optics. The ECX optics are super strong. You can easily see all of the pixels on this display. I've took the magnifiers apart and took out this small rounded lens. It will be perfect for this build. I've installed 2 of them and you can see there is a huge quality improvement. So now let's assemble the final version. I've remade all of the parts and printed both pieces using black and red PLA. The Pro Micro now has dedicated slot on top of the plastic frame. I've also added screws for easier installation. First I will put the display module inside the plastic frame. Now I will push prisms inside the other plastic part. And now I will install the prism module on top of the display assembly. For this build, I'm using 1.5 mm self-tapping screws. Now both plastic pieces should be properly attached to each other. The Pro Micro installation is pretty much the same. It still uses hot glue to install it inside the plastic. With the Pro Micro installed, it's now time to redo the wiring. I've connected everything together just like before and I am now ready to test it out. As you can see, it's working perfectly. The image is crisp and easily visible. And just like that, the Monostereo engine is now finished. Thanks for watching everyone and hope to see you in the next video. And as always, huge thanks to my patrons. Thanks and see you in the next one.